The Monkey's Paw by W. W. Jacobs, adapted for the stage by Lewis N. Parker. We're in the living room of an old-fashioned cottage on the outskirts of an English town. Mr. and Mrs. White are seated in armchairs near the fire. With them is their son Herbert.
Listen to that wind. I should hardly think the sergeant major would come tonight.
That's the worst of living so far out. Your friends can't come for a quiet chat.
No, Father. Morris will turn up all right.
Lover's Lane, Fulham, ho! Of all the beastly, slushy, out-of-the-way places to live in.
Oh, it's not so bad, Dad. After all, homelike, I call it. And so do you, or you wouldn't have bought it.
Nice job I made of that, too, with 200 pounds owing on it.
Why, I shall work that off in no time, Dad. Matter of 3 years, with the raise already promised me.
If you don't get married.
Oh, not me. Not that sort.
I wish you would, Herbert. A good, steady lad.
Lots of time, Mother. Just now, my dynamos won't leave me any time for girls. Jealous they are, I tell you.
That's him. That's the sergeant major.
Wonder what yarn he's got for us tonight.
Don't let the door slam, John.
Slip in quick. It's as much as I can do to hold against the wind.
Awful, awful. And a mile up the road by the cemetery, it's worse. Enough to blow the hair off your head.
So cold you must be. Come to the fire now.
How are you, ma'am? And how's yourself, laddie? Not on duty yet, eh?
Soon enough, sir.
Don't you have no umbrella?
Umbrella? That's good. Hey, White, that's good. Did you hear what she said? Umbrella. And galoshes and hot water bottles. Oh, yes. No offense, ma'am, but it's easy to see you was never a soldier.
Mother spoke out of kindness, sir.
And well, I know it, and no offense intended. No, ma'am. Hardship is the soldier's lot. Tough. Thomas Morris is tough. And sober. What's this now?
Put your nose in it. You'll see.
Whiskey. And hot. And sugar. And a slice of lemon. No, I said I'd never. But seeing the sort of night, well, here's to another 1,000 years.
Same to you, and many of them.
What, no drink for you?
Ah, 'tisn't for want of being sociable, but my work don't go with it. I've got to keep a cool head and a steady eye. The flywheel might gobble me up.
Don't, Herbert.
No fear, Mother.
Oh, all you electricians, light, says you, and light it is. Sort of magicians you are, and I've seen a bit in my time, too.
Oh, you're Indian magic? All a fake, Governor. The fakir's fake.
Fake, you call it? I tell you, I've seen it.
Such as what? Come now.
I've seen a fakir take an empty basket, empty, mind you, as empty as this here glass.
Hand it over, Morris.
Which was not my intention, but used for illustration.
Oh, I've seen that basket trick, and I've read how it's done. Why, I could do it myself with a bit of practice.
What do you say to an old fakir chucking a rope up in the air, mind you, and swarming up it, same as if it was hooked on, and vanishing clean out of sight? I've seen that.
Well, that yarn takes it.
But it's true. Why, if I chose, I could tell you things, but there, you don't get no more yarns out of me.
Nonsense, old friend. You're not going to get testy about a bit of fun. What was it you started telling me the other day about a monkey's paw or something?
Nothing, leastways, nothing worth hearing.
Monkey's paw?
You said you always carried it on you.
So I do, for fear of what might happen. Ay.
What's it for?
You wouldn't believe if I was to tell you.
Oh, I will. Every word.
Magic, then. Don't you laugh.
I'm not. Let's see it.
Oh, it's nothing to look at. Just an ordinary little paw dried to a mummy. Here.
Oh,
Give us a look. Why, it's all dried up.
I said so.
hark, hark at the wind.
And what might there be special about it?
That there paw has had a spell put upon it.
No.
Ah, by an old fakir. He was a very holy man. He sat all doubled up in one spot, going on for 15 years, thinking of things. And he wanted to show that fate ruled people, that there weren't no getting away from it, and that if you tried to, you caught it hot. So he put a spell on it. It might have been anything else, but he took the first thing that came handy. Ah, he put a spell on the paw and made it so that 3 people could each have 3 wishes.
Shh, don't.
But mark you, though the wishes was granted, those 3 people would have cause to wish they hadn't been.
But how could the wishes be granted?
He didn't say it would all happen so natural, you might think it a coincidence if so disposed.
Why haven't you tried it, sir?
I have,
You've had your 3 wishes?
yes,
Were they granted?
they were.
Has anybody else wished?
Yes, the first owner had his 3 wishes. Yes, oh yes, he had his 3 wishes, all right. I don't know what his first 2 were, but the third was for death. That's how I got the paw.
Well, seems to me you've only got to wish for things that can't have any bad luck about them.
Morris, if you've had your 3 wishes, it's no good to you now. What do you keep it for?
Fancy, I suppose. I did have some idea of selling it, but I don't think I will. It's done mischief enough already. Besides, people won't buy. Some of them think it's a fairy tale, and some want to try it first and pay after.
If you could have another 3 wishes, would you?
I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm damned if I would.
What are you doing? You threw it in the fire. What are you doing?
Let it burn, let the infernal thing burn.
Let it burn, Father.
If you don't want it, give it to me.
I won't. My hands are clear of it and I threw it in the fire.
I'm going to keep it. What do you say, Herbert?
Oh, I say, keep it if you want to. Stuff and nonsense anyhow.
Stuff and nonsense. Yes, I wonder.
Oh, don't have anything to do with it, John.
That's what I say, ma'am, but if I weren't to tell him, he might go wishing something he didn't mean to. You hold it in your right hand and wish aloud, but I warn you.
Sounds like the Arabian Nights. Don't you think you might wish me 4 pair of hands?
Right you are, Mother. I wish.
Stop it. If you must wish for something sensible. Look here, I can't stand this. Gets on my nerves. Where's my coat? I'm leaving.
I'm going in the same direction to the electric plant in a minute. Won't you wait?
No, I'm shook up. I want fresh air. I don't want to be here when you wish, and wish you will as soon as my back's turned. I know, but I've warned you, mind.
All right, Morris, don't you fret about us. Here's some money.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
Well, good night all. Put the paw back in the fire.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night. Well, if there's no more in this than there is in his other stories, we shan't make much of it.
Did you give him anything for it, Father?
A trifle.
There now, throwing your money about.
I wonder
What?
whether we hadn't better chuck it on the fire.
Why? We're all going to be rich and famous and happy.
Throw it on the fire indeed, when you've given money for it. So like you, Father.
Wish to be an emperor, Father, to begin with. Then you can't be henpecked.
I wonder. I don't know what to wish for, and that's a fact. I seem to have got all I want.
Oh, Dad, if you'd only cleared the debt on the house, you'd be quite happy, wouldn't you? Well, go on ahead. Wish for the 200 pounds. That'll just about do it.
Shall I?
Go on.
Don't, John. Don't have nothing to do with it.
I will. I wish for 200 pounds. Ah!
What's the matter?
It moved as I wished. It twisted in my hand like a snake.
Oh, nonsense, Dad. Why, it's a piece of bone.
Must have been your fancy, Father.
Well, I don't see the money. I bet it'll never shall.
Thank God. There's no harm done, but it gave me a shock.
11:30. I must get along. I'm on at midnight. We've had quite a merry evening.
I'm off to bed. Don't be late for breakfast, Herbert.
I'll be back around 9. Don't wait, though.
You know your father never waits.
Good night, Mother. Good night, Dad. You'll find the cash tied up in the middle of the bed.
It moved, Herbert.
Ha! And a monkey hanging by his tail from the bedpost, watching you count the golden sovereigns.
I wish you wouldn't joke, my boy.
All right, Dad. Good night.
Mother!
What's the matter?
Nothing. I saw faces in the fire.
Come along to bed.
What a nice morning Herbert's got for walking home.
9:15, I declare. He's off at 8.
Takes him half an hour to change and wash. He'd just be passing the cemetery by now.
He'll be here in 10 minutes.
What's for breakfast?
Sausages. Why, that dirty monkey's paw is still sitting on the mantel. Silly thing. The idea of us listening to such nonsense.
Aye, the sergeant major and his yarns. I suppose all old soldiers are alike.
How could wishes be granted nowadays?
Ah, been thinking about that all night, have you?
You kept me awake with your tossing and tumbling.
Aye, I had a bad night.
It was all that rubbish about its making you unhappy if your wish was granted. How could 200 pounds hurt you? Huh, Father?
Well, might drop on my head in a lump. Don't see any other way. Though, mind you, Morris said it would all happen so naturally that you might take it for a coincidence.
Well, it hasn't happened. That's all I know. And it isn't going to. And how you can sit there and talk about it. What's that?
Postman, of course.
He's put a letter in the box, John. John, suppose
What?
Suppose it was 200 pounds?
Eh? Here, don't talk nonsense. Why don't you fetch it?
It's thick and it's got something crisp inside it.
Who's it for?
You.
Hand it over then. The idea, what a superstitious old woman you are.
Take care, don't tear it.
Tear what?
If it was banknotes, John.
You've gone dotty. You made me nervous. Sir, enclosed, please find receipt for the interest you've paid on your mortgage.
That comes of listening to tipsy old soldiers.
What does?
You thought there was banknotes in it.
I didn't. I said all along.
How Herbert will laugh when I tell him.
You're not going to tell him. Why, I'd never hear the last of it.
Serves you right. You know you like his fun. See how he joked you last night when you said the paw moved?
So it did. It did move. That I'll swear to.
You thought it did.
I say it did. There was no thinking about it. You saw how it upset me, didn't you? What is it?
Nothing.
Do you see Herbert coming?
No.
He's about due. What is it?
Nothing. Only a man.
What about him?
He stood at the garden gate as if he wanted to come in, but he couldn't seem to make up his mind. He's going. No, he's coming back.
Don't let him see you peeping.
He's looking at the house. No, he turned away again. John, he looks like some sort of a lawyer.
What of it?
Oh, you'll only laugh again. But suppose he's coming about the 200.
You're not to mention it again. You're a foolish old woman. Come and eat your breakfast. Where is he now?
Gone down the road. He's turned back. He seems to have made up his mind. Here he comes. Oh, John, and me all untidy.
What's the matter? He's made a mistake. Come to the wrong house.
Is this Mr. White?
Come in, sir. Please step in. You must overlook us being so untidy.
Morning, ma'am. My name is Sampson.
Won't you please be seated?
Thank you. No, I think not. I think not.
Fine weather for this time of year.
Yeah, yes. My name is Sampson. I've come,
Perhaps you was wishful to see Herbert. He'll be home in a minute.
No. I've come from the electrical plant.
Why, you might have come with him.
No. I've come alone.
Is anything the matter?
I was asked to call.
Herbert, has anything happened? Is he hurt? Is he hurt?
There, Mother. Don't you jump to conclusions. Let the gentleman speak. You've not brought bad news, I'm sure, sir.
I'm sorry.
Is he hurt? Badly?
Very badly.
John,
Is he in pain?
Oh, he's not in pain.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for that. Do you mean?
Go on, sir.
He was telling his mates a story. Something that had happened here last night. He was laughing and wasn't noticing, and the machinery caught him.
Oh,
The machinery caught him? Yes. And him the only child. It's hard, sir, very hard.
The company wished me to convey their sincere sympathy with you in your great loss.
Our great loss.
And I was to say further, I'm only their servant. I'm only obeying orders.
Our great laws.
I was to say the company disclaim all responsibility. But in consideration of your son's services, they wish to present you with a certain sum as compensation.
Our great laws. How much?
200 pounds.
Oh. Jenny, what are you doing?
Looking up the road.
What's the use, Jenny? What's the use?
That's where the cemetery is. That's where they've laid him.
Aye, a week today.
He don't come home. He'll never come home again. There's nothing to think about.
Or to talk about. Come away from the window. You'll get cold.
John,
Jenny, for God's sake, what's the matter?
the paw, the monkey's paw.
Where? Where is it? What's wrong with it?
I want it. You haven't done away with it.
I haven't seen it since. Why?
I want it. Find it. Find it.
I see it on the mantle. What do you want of it?
Why didn't I think of it? Why didn't you think of it?
Think of what?
The other two wishes.
What?
We've only had one.
Wasn't that enough?
No, we'll have one more. Get the paw. Get it and wish. Oh, John, wish our boy alive again.
Good God, are you mad?
Take it. Take it and wish. Oh, my boy. My boy.
Get to bed. Get to sleep. You don't know what you're saying.
We had the first wish granted. Why not the second?
He's been dead 10 days. And Jenny, I only knew him by his clothing. If you wasn't allowed to see him then, how could you bear to see him now?
I don't care. Bring him back.
I dare not touch it.
Here, wish.
Jenny,
Wish.
I
Wish.
wish my son
Wish.
alive again.
Nothing.
Thank God. Thank God.
Nothing at all. Along the whole length of the road. Not a living thing. And nothing left in our lives, John.
Except each other, Jenny.
We're too old. We can't begin again. We can't feel anything now, John, but emptiness and darkness.
Don't take on so, Mother.
I'm a mother no longer.
There now. Go on up to bed. Go on now. I'm a-comin'.
What's that?
A rat? The house is full of them. Stop. What are you going to do?
It's my boy. It's Herbert. I forgot the cemetery was a mile away. What are you holding me for? I must open the door.
Oh, for God's sake.
Let me go.
Don't open the door. Think what you might see.
Do you think I fear the child I bore? Let me go. I'm coming, Herbert. I'm coming.
Don't do it. The paw. Where's the monkey's paw?
John, the door's stuck. I can't move the top bolt. Come and help. Quick.
The paw. There's a wish left.
Do you hear him? John, your child's knocking.
Where is it? Where did it fall?
Help! Help! Will you keep your child from his home?
Where did it fall? I can't find it. I can't find it.
Herbert, my boy, wait! Your mother's opening to you. Ah, the door's moving. It's moving.
God forbid. Ah, the paw.
Herbert!
I wish him dead. I wish him dead and at peace.
Herbert!